Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? We're all doing very, very well. Now, this video is a sort of reaction to people who have been asking me to talk about Halloween Ends again, because I did do a lot of talking about Halloween Ends. I did a lot of talking about Halloween 2018. An incredible amount of talking about Halloween Kills. And sadly, most of you regular viewers know that I was disappointed with both of those movies, especially Halloween Kills. So I've been sort of seesawing with Halloween Ends. I don't expect great things. I do not, but I'm hoping to be surprised. I'm hoping to be wowed by it. I tell you what, is it 6-7 weeks away now? I mean, we're in September now, so it's, oh yeah, it's not far off. Halloween season is upon us. Ooh, the shops are already full of Halloween stuff. And some shops are full of Christmas stuff as well. As if, you know, the days weren't short enough as they are already, and the years weren't flying by. New Prime Minister, new King, what more? A new Michael Myers. And apparently, we might have a new Michael Myers in the Corey Cunningham copycat killer. If that's really the case. Anyway, so people have been saying, well, you haven't talked about it for a while. Are you still into it? Because I was kind of, against my better judgment, the more I was seeing, the more I was hearing, I was kind of like, oh yeah, I'm actually getting a bit fired up for this, which is great. And then, folks, I then heard way too much about it. And I went completely off it. And I thought, I'm not even going to talk about this movie again. I'm going to see it, and if it's good, I'll report on it, but I'm not going to talk about it in the run-up. I'm not making that mistake of bigging up a film again, only to be horribly let down and feeling completely crushed and having made a complete fool of myself by promoting a movie which I end up despising. Having said that, I did a lot of promotion and blairbage for a good 18 months for Prey, and Prey turned out pretty damn good, and I really, really made it with Prey. I still love that. My film of the year so far. But Halloween Ends. Okay, since I last spoke about this, a lot of things have happened. You've had, well, the TV spot, which I'm going to talk about. You had the score got leaked. John Carpenter's score got leaked. I'm playing Halloween Kills right now. Which I wasn't even fussed on the score for Halloween Kills. I know. What's going on? John Carpenter is a god. You know, you might not be able to direct movies anymore, but you can still score movies. But I wasn't massively fussed on the score for Halloween Kills, I'll be honest. Although I'm playing it now and I'm actually, you know, I'm getting a bit of a frisson from doing it. But the score for Halloween Ends did get leaked. Now, no, I have not heard it. Nope. I have access to it, but I haven't heard it. I also have read a full synopsis from two different people regarding the entire story of Halloween Ends. I know you shouldn't do that, but... And the weird thing is, Glazer, big shout out to Glazer, good lad, he sent me the full synopsis to Prey, literally beat for beat. Now, I did report on this. I did not read all of that because I can tell from the first few sort of bits he wrote that shit, this is going to deliver everything. So I did not read any further into it. But after I'd seen the film, I went back to read what he'd written, and it was spot for spot. It was exactly what was on screen. And I have read what he delivered for Halloween Ends, and I found it truly appalling. So bad. And I'm not gonna do any spoilers because it might not be accurate. I can't guarantee it. He was accurate with Prey completely. In fact, I'm saying he. Glazer could be a girl for all I know. Interesting. Let me know about that. But this might not be correct. It could be a smokescreen that's been put out, because if this is the story that I've read, is the story of the film, it's god awful. And yet, if it is the copycat thing with Corey Cunningham getting blamed for the murder of the kid he's babysitting, this is 4 years after the events of Halloween Kills, which, remember, is actually set on the same night as Halloween 2018, so it's 4 years, so it's 2022. It's now. It's happening now. It's in the moment. He's, well, there's two schools of thought without going into the actual spoiler-ridden synopsis that I've had. Well, synopsis, it's basically the screenplay. It's that detailed. But I'll keep it as vague as possible. He's either he's either killed the kid that he's babysitting accidentally, or the kid is frightened and runs away, and he still gets blamed for having done something to the kid, and Haddonfield turn against him, especially on an anniversary of a famous, notorious serial killer being around. And we know that Michael Myers is still around, and he's living down in the sewers. We know this. This is not, no spoilers here. This is commonly known, and you saw elements of that in the teaser trailer, and you definitely see it in the TV spot. I'm not going to show the TV spot. By the way, the TV spot, there is 2 versions out there now. There is the Espanol version, I think, although it's in English, but it's blabbed up in like Spanish. I think it's Spanish. And then there's an English language one as well, which came on afterwards. So go check it out. But we'll talk more about that in a minute. But yeah, I was turned off by that story, and the Corey story, and really I was like, oh, you're joking. So, and also Blumhouse did reshoots. I've said about this, there's nothing unusual about reshoots. That's normal for most movies. They're going to go back and do stuff. But because of the history of Blumhouse with Halloween and changing the endings, that became kind of major news. And I did sort of like, defend them on that. I said, no, it happens all the time. But then apparently they did go in and redid the ending again. And this was like so you did it on Halloween 2018, on Halloween Kills, and on this one. That's not a good track record, folks. That genuinely isn't. To go back in and reshoot an ending. Was it because it got leaked? Was it because of all that? And then you've just retweaked things. 2 versions of it got shown. We know that on different parts of America. And one got a standing ovation, apparently. But on one was people weren't so fussed on it. So we don't even know which version we're going to get. But apparently both versions were pretty much the same story. It's just one version had better sequences, better scenes, and was put together better, from what I've heard anyway. But now they've gone and reshot the ending, and that is apparently since those screenings. I think I've got that right, because I heard about the reshooting of the ending after the screenings. So, go make of that what you want. I don't know. So, don't confuse my lack of enthusiasm for being anything other than like, I've been stung by this trilogy twice now, and I really don't have any great faith in David Gordon Green, to direct horror and suspense, because he's had 2 chances there with an expert, the best possible example of horror and suspense, Michael Myers in Haddonfield. Big knife, mask on. How can you fuck that up? A lot of you all love it. I thought it was great. You couldn't get enough of it. I thought he botched almost every scene of suspense and terror. He just didn't do it. Now, I've still somehow managed to get myself back on board with this because of this TV spot. I'm pointing over there like I'm going to show you it on the screen. I'm not going to show you it. Just go look for it yourselves. It's only about 25 seconds to 35 seconds to 30 seconds, and it's actually really good. I actually really do enjoy it, and it seems more Michael centric. Again, who's in the mask? Although looking at that footage there, and oh my god, if you're into Halloween, then you know the other people on YouTube that have just channels devoted to all things Halloween and do trailer breakdowns and just, oh god, it's just conjecture on their part. And God love them. I'm not name dropping anyone because no one ever fucking name drops me. So I'm not giving anyone else a bit of a leg up because no one does that for me. But there's people out there who are so, I'm going to use the word, anal about this. It's beyond belief. And then there's one guy in particular who did a trailer a TV spot breakdown. And, he prides himself on, like, if you put any spoilers in the comments, I will ban you from my channel. And I'll remove the comments. No spoilers here. And then proceeds to give out nothing but conjecture as to what is exactly happening and what he thinks is going to happen next. Now, I know they're not genuine spoilers. They're not authentic spoilers. But if they turn out to be correct, he's basically telling everybody, all these slavish, devotees and fans of Halloween, what he thinks is going to happen next. He's, literally in this teaser, he's gone through everything and almost told the entire story. Well, for someone that doesn't like having spoilers in, you've just gone and done exactly the same thing, albeit from your own imagination, perhaps. I don't know. It smacks of lunacy, to be honest. This teaser, this TV spot, still corresponds to what Glazer sent to me. Although it does look, in many ways, it looks different. A lot of the things that I thought was going to be the copycat killer, actually now in this appear to be, well, it's more Michael. That's Michael doing that. That's Michael. Have they changed things? What? Well, we know they've changed things. So how have they eliminated a huge element by chopping a sequence here, a sequence there, and it's Michael doing it now? I don't know. I only know what I read, and I did not like what I read. I thought it was truly dreadful. But I'm also of the mindset where, look, Stalk and Slash, Michael Myers, there's only so many things you're going to do with the Michael Myers story, or the Jason Voorhees story, any, franchise serial killer, boogeyman sort of story. And that's what the fans want. So I think if they do genuinely go, or they have genuinely gone with the Corey Cunningham serial cat. I am a serial cat. I go out and peer beneath people's windows. I choose my victims and then I go and sit on their laps and put my claws into them. I'm a serial cat. Copycat serial killer. If that is the story, and most of the killings are done by this bogus, this, masked, charlatan, then that's actually doing something different. Same concept, but at least it's breaking the mold. It's doing something different. And that part of me thinks, well, I applaud that. You are doing something different. But then the other part of me thinks, well, hang on a minute. If I want to watch Michael Myers, I want to see Michael Myers doing what Michael Myers does best. Stalking and slashing and killing people. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see some other guy doing it. As far as I'm concerned, in Halloween 2, which I think you can see, there's the mask of Halloween 2 right there. And there's the big canvas for Halloween 2, which I still love, by the way. You do get Ben Tramer accidentally walking out into the street. Well, he doesn't walk out by accident. He walks out into the street. Loomis is going, hey, stop. And he gets hit by a police car and then driven into a truck and he gets flambéed. And the first time we actually see a Michael Myers mask on fire. But there's someone else that people think is Michael Myers, but it's not Michael Myers. Then Halloween 4, in that great spellbinding moment where suddenly not one Michael Myers, 2, 3, is it 4 as well, come out. And it's just kids wearing Michael Myers masks, but they're all frightening. Oh, Dr. Loomis again. That was a great moment. Genuinely enjoyed that. I thought it was quite inspired. A clever evolution. My God, there's more than one. And at the flicks, because I saw that day one in the UK when it came out in the UK. Day one with the woman who would become my wife. And she didn't like horror movies at all. And she sat there yawning her head off throughout the entire thing. But I love Halloween 4 now. But that moment, I went, because my suspension of disbelief was totally there. And I was like, shit, what? And then your brain tells you, oh God. But it was still a clever moment and it did give that, what? And you want things like that in a movie like this. So it's been done before. Other people donning the Michael Myers mask and doing stuff, being threatening, and the shock value for the audience. But this is more intrinsic to the story. So, yeah. But at least it's something different. If they're going to do it as a proper narrative part of the plot, which the version I have read, it very definitely is. Very, very definitely. And I was disappointed and it turned me off the whole production. And I thought, I'm not going to waffle on about this movie much more until I see it. But no, watching that TV spot, I thought, yeah. And you've got some callbacks as well. And you've got the you've got, it's clearly Michael Myers, because I've looked at this shot. Oh yeah, so all them other people on other Halloween channels are so anal, but you freeze the frame and scrutinise it. Yeah, I did, yeah. But I'm not going to break it down and show it to you. I'm just going to tell you about it. There is 1978 Halloween. Michael gets Bob up against the wall, and Bob's feet are going, and then the big butcher knife comes out and chunk, and he pins him to the cupboard in the kitchen, and Michael does the admiring his new trophy, his new kill, his artistry, his arterial artistry. One hell of a fucking blow that is, because even the big butcher knife that he's using to go through Bob's body and pin him to, there wouldn't be that, and the handle's still jutting out, there wouldn't be that much of the blade to actually pin him to, but it doesn't matter. It's a great sequence, and it just really galvanizes you. How strong is this guy? Jesus. Well, you get it in this teaser, this TV spot. Only Michael's picking up a girl. It's a girl. I don't mean picking her up in a bar. He's literally picking her up by the throat. And remember, it's his left hand, because this is what I scrutinised. Those fingers are blown off, right? And he's holding it by those fingers, the thumb and those two fingers, and he's still able to lift it up, and she's squirming away. And she's on against some sort of, looks like a great big canvas, a big piece of artwork, and the knife comes up. And, there's no way that is a copycat. That is Michael Myers doing that, because he's the one who's got superhuman strength. I don't think Corey Cunningham has got that. Having said that, folks, I said I wouldn't give no spoilers away. That element, that is in the big spoiler leaked screenplay-ish that Glazer sent to me. So, but it's definitely Michael. I can tell you that now. That looking at that, that's Michael. So what I'm saying is I'm not totally convinced that the screenplay that he sent to me is 100% kosher. It's just his track record is brilliant, though, brilliant. So if it is, this film still could end up disastrous. But looking at that TV spot, I'm like, woo, have I mistaken this completely? Because I got quite excited by this TV spot. We see Laurie. There's a bit of a voiceover, well, I forgot what she says now. This is your last Halloween, Michael, or something like that. Something like that, anyway. Cheers, y'all. And you see a bit more of the kitchen fight struggle. I mean, some of the images you see in this TV spot are from that teaser that came out. Some different angles, I think. But you've got a which is a great callback again. Laurie's stabbing Michael, and he goes back on the kitchen table, and but a split second later, he just it's one of them. He's done that thing. He's down, and he just goes. I hope you saw that. I know I wasn't lying down properly, but it's just that incredible spinal just up I get, which you saw in the first Halloween. In the background, he just gets up. You saw it in Halloween 2018. He gets booted down the stairs into the cellar, the fire trap, but it was done very quickly though. In the trailers, that looked really great, but in the movie, it was just in the blink of an eye. Like, what the hell? That's a big moment. And you should see him do it slowly and then turn it, but that's the original. But at least he does do it in this. So there's a couple of callbacks, which I genuinely thought, yeah, looks good. You've got a great shot down in the air, the caves, the sewers. It's sewers that they're in. But you clearly see in the teaser that Michael's hand comes out and grabs somebody. And in this TV spot, you get a great sort of but it's obviously that hand because all the fingers are there, all the pinkies are there, and you see this gnarled hand come out like that, and then through the fingers you see you see the gnarled version of that mask just lumicing out, and I was kind of I thought, yeah, this looks actually better. This looks more. I think because this TV spot was very, very much more Michael-centric, and it was Michael in all these shots. Forget all the endless analysing and the scrutiny and the surgical examination of all the stills, breaking it down that other guys have done. Oh, that can't be Michael there. That's Corey. That's a copycat. they've reversed that shot, they flipped this, blah, 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 fucking hell, whatever. Blumhouse have seen all the videos that those guys have put out and then gone, or they've gone, shit, right, they're onto us, okay, let's put a CGI waistcoat on Laurie here. yeah, anyway, enough said about that. But I'll flip the hand around and no, but anyway. I'm going to be there day one. I genuinely am. Now, I've been asked about The Mask as well. The Mask from Trick or Treat Studios, which is taken from the original mould from the movie, as he done the first 2 movies as well. Yeah, right. It's the thing is, I was discussing the potential sort of hobo look a la Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And we now know that is not the case. I think I reported on that as well, that was not the way it was going to look. Although I missed that. I think that would be a great look for it. In this TV spot, you definitely see a hobo in a big parka with a big hood, and he's got a red woolly hat on, like, and he just looks around because clearly he's down in the sewers, and obviously someone's coming up on him. Might be Michael, might be Corey, might be, I don't know, Hawkins, I don't know, might be a big giant rat, I don't know what it is, or a big giant ant, because they live in the sewers as well, do they not? Them! One of the greatest creature features of the 50s ever. And so there is a hobo in it, without a doubt. And I know that from the leak stuff anyway, the spoiled stuff. But the mask itself, the mask is the mask from Halloween Kills, and it's just more decomposed, it's just more rotted. Now, everyone's saying, oh, you're going to get the mask, you're going to review the mask. If Trick or Treat Studios send me the mask to review, then yeah, I will do. Because folks, 2 reasons why I am not getting it. A, I don't think it looks that good, because we've now seen the Trick or Treat's mask as well, which is exactly what he's wearing in the movie. The look of it anyway. And I'm not fussed on it. It's just that mask, just with a lot more mottling on, hang on, what's that? Yeah, this side. The left side. It's all white, sort of mossy, sort of decomposed sort of look. You know, it's just disheveled, mold, mildew is on it and all that, like, which is not how latex deteriorates. But anyway, but I'm not that fussed on it. So and for that reason alone, I'd be not rushing out to get it myself. And also I can't afford it. And there's the most pressing reason. Folks, I'm skint beyond belief. So that's why you've not seen a great deal of mask reviews of late. Just hasn't happened. Can't afford them. Simple as. But I do have, if I like the movie enough, I'd get the mask. But also, I've got 2 Halloween Kills masks. Oh, sorry, no, I've got the 2 versions of the blood damaged mask from Halloween 2018. So one of them I could myself mock up and modify, rehaul, as they say, to do it in the Halloween Ends style. So could do it that way. I don't know, but yeah. So leaked score. There's been leaked images as well. There is a shot which does look really good of the Michael and Laurie struggle, which is actually really, really good. And but I won't describe too much about it. But it ties in with what I read as well. And wow, that's out there, folks. It's out there. There's lots of stuff out there. Loads of stills. There's got TV spots now. You've got the teaser. You've got you'll get a lot more before. But in the next 7 weeks, in the lead up to Halloween premiering, then you're going to get a lot of it. And of course, it's actually on Peacock as well, isn't it? So it's cinematic, theatrical run, and I keep saying cinematic. All films should be cinematic in the way that they're filmed. They are cinematic. It's a style, but it's theatrical, and it's going on to Peacock as well. So people can watch it at home, or they can watch it at the flicks. Me personally, because I've seen every Halloween film that I've wanted to see at the flicks, which does not include Halloween Resurrection, does not include Halloween 5, does not include... Oh no, I saw H2 at the flicks, didn't I? Oh, it does not include Halloween 6, The Curse of. any version of that. Like, cheers, Joel. But yeah, and to those who say, well, you shouldn't have read that spoiler. Well, the only reason I did do that was because I was increasingly aware of a plot element which I just did not like. And I thought, this can't be right. Surely this can't be right. And according to that, what Glazer sent me, that is totally correct. And I was like, oh, Jesus. I wanted to make sure that wasn't going to be the case, but it clearly was from that. But now I've got a suspicion that stuff was leaked out, but it was literally a red herring. So a lot of us who've read all this stuff and all the spoilers could be barking up the wrong tree, heading down the wrong path, and that could all have been orchestrated by Blumhouse themselves. In which case, good on them, because that's clever. That is clever. And a lot of people hopefully will have egg on their face. But it did leave it turned me off this when really I should have been giving a bit more impetus and a bit more gusto and enthusiasm to it. So now, with this TV spot now, I actually am more involved and more, up for it. But I'm still reserving a bit of judgment because I don't like the look of the mask. Anyway, I don't like the story if that's the case. What I've read is the story. But this TV spot has sort of rejigged things a little bit. The emphasis is definitely more Michael. Do not forget that this was meant to be, you've had the slaughterfest of Halloween Kills. Halloween Ends is not meant to be like that. It's meant to be more of a personal, intimate struggle on a much smaller scale. Far lower body count. And most of those bodies would not have been from Michael himself. But now I'm beginning to doubt a lot of that. And this could be the send-off, payoff that we do deserve. Hopefully it goes out with a bang. Personally, I think they boxed themselves into a corner from their writing, which is not good. But it's Stalk and Slash. You shouldn't expect, friggin' War and Peace or Shakespeare, should you? But anyway, folks, I've said enough now. That's almost half an hour. That's a recap. That's sort of like, an update as to where I stand on this whole Halloween Ends thing at the moment. And at the moment, it's because of the TV spot that I'm actually a bit more inspired. People have been asking me, and I've just been like, oh no, I'm not that bothered now, to be honest. And they go, what? What? You? And I was like, yeah, sorry. Just think it looks shit. But now I don't know. Now, I was massively into Halloween 2018 until I saw it. And I struggled to try to find positivity out of it, and really did go to town and trying to find something I could, some salvation there. And then Halloween Kills, I really bigged up because this is pure carnage. It bigged it up so much, so I bigged it up as well, and then was hugely disappointed by it. I thought it was just complete shite, pretty much from start to finish. Some good imagery, but fucking awful movie. And then I'm not going to get into Halloween Ends. This is travesty now. And I'm going down the same path again, aren't I? But if they can end this with a big Michael Myers, Haddonfield, Laurie Strode, bang, confrontation, then yeah, it's redeemed. And I will celebrate it if it is like that. And I think I've said before, even for those who don't like the first two movies, this actually could do a lot to make your opinions of those two movies alter slightly, because it fits in, and now I can see a bit more of a run. Hence, all the reshoots, the reshot ending, and all this sort of stuff, tying it in better with the first two movies. I don't know. It shouldn't be writing a story about an unstoppable, unkillable serial killer. Shouldn't be rocket science when you've got a formula which has been done to death. It shouldn't be hard to do. trying to bring new ideas into, that's the hard thing. But they've made a few really wacky, stupid decisions, I think, with this series now of movies. But I do live in hope that this is going to actually seal the deal and bring that butcher knife crashing home with a, pinning us to the backs of our cinema seats with horror and suspense and terror. And genuine, yeah, Michael Myers is the bogeyman and he is back. And this was the perfect, respectful show capper to this whole thing. Anyway, there you go, folks. That's the latest from me on Halloween Ends. No, there was nothing else. I wrote down stills, mentioned them. TV spot, mentioned that. Leaked score, mentioned that. Mask, mentioned that. Not far off. At the moment today in the UK, right where I am, when we've had horrendous rain the last few days, it's now glorious again. And it's really, really warm. So, even though it's September, but, hopefully we start getting that autumnal smell on the air, that taint in the atmosphere. The wind isn't too strong, but it's constant and it's rustling the leaves. The leaves are changing colour. They're all over the deck. And you just get that crispier, sort of shivery quality. Not because it's cold, just because, it's Halloween's are coming, Yeah, folks, have been always shall be Kilt-Man. Please, in the meantime, in this ever stalking, slashing, waffling, in between time, please keep it Celtic, keep it Celtic, and I'm going to see you all. Boom, boom, boom. Nasty. Laters. Who was the bogeyman? As a matter of fact, it was.